What's up, everybody? So here's the thing. I just want to be super transparent about everything really quickly before we get into Last Epoch. And we're going to get into Last Epoch. And listen, there's a lot of big streamers. There's a lot of even people that say they're mediocre. Like, they're intense players. But there's so many people out there that are super busy, right? They have jobs and crazy stuff, and they barely can commit a lot of time to the games, but they're the majority of the player base. I'm not somebody who plays a game for 2 weeks, goes, that's cool, and then takes off to something else. I grind a game for a long time. I'm just very slow and very behind compared to a lot of the intense people. Now, when I was a full-time YouTuber for about 4 years, I was able to play a lot, and even then I still didn't do it with the intensity that many other people do it. So just want to say really quickly that my background is big Diablo 2 guy, barely play. I played Diablo 1 for a second, big Diablo 2 guy, but, an even bigger Diablo 3 guy. I ended up loving Diablo 3. It started out really bad, and then I loved the auction house stuff, and then they made it a real game, but I didn't like that for a little bit, but then I eventually loved it. Anyway, we're here to talk about Last Epoch. So I don't play Path of Exile because Path of Exile is just way too much for me. I have 3 kids and 3 jobs, and it's crazy. But I've been playing the beta of Last Epoch over the last 4 years. And pretty much what would always happen is I would play it, and I would, level up to a certain point, and I'd be like, that was pretty cool. This game could be pretty cool someday. I don't know, man. I like it a lot. I thought it was going to be great. But then I would fall off, and I would end up stopping at some point. But this time, this is probably the 5th time I've attempted Last Epoch. I attempted it because I knew it was releasing, and I was like, well, let's see what the game has become now that it's really being released. And man, I was blown away. At first, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. Maybe I don't know if I'll like it. But after hearing some early reviews and stuff like that, and have played the game myself, and I really like the team that makes this game. I think they've always been wonderful. I just got right into it, and I picked a rogue, and I wanted to go bows and range and maybe melee. I didn't know. And then I said, you know what I want to do? I want to do spin to win because I play God DH in Diablo 3. I play Whirlwind as well at times. So I'm like, let me do that. So I did that. And I just want to give you a little bit of my perspective. I'm only able to play about 1 hour to 2 hours a day, here or there. Sometimes I can't play. Sometimes I get 3 hours. So that's where I'm at. I'm at level 60-something right now. Haven't been able to play that much, to be honest. But comparing it to Diablo 4, it's really going pretty well because there were points in Diablo 4 while leveling to 80 that I would drop off. Like around level 30-something, I got annoyed with things, and level 50. And, I found a lot of the renown stuff infuriating. So this game didn't. What this game has done is there haven't been things that make me feel bad and pissed off. Now, but there's been some things that made me think and wonder what to do, And there's an equal balance of I'm learning things on my own, trial by error, trial by fire, whatever. I've looked up things, guides and things that have helped me a little bit. And then I've also watched tons of people's videos. And between my own problem solving, which is not very good, I'm not a great player at anything. I'm terrible, actually. But between my own stuff in my own brain and watching other people play the game and then also listening to some things, it's all been valuable. It's all been fun and valuable. If I had no guide whatsoever, the game would be fun. If I followed a guide straight up, it would be fun. And that's what I'm noticing about the game is no matter how I choose to engage with the game, it's been really fun. My only thing I would say is I have some ideas that I would want to see in an ARPG, and there are some things that I would like to see as far as loot and ideas that I have that I'm going to talk about that later, and especially I think they'd be great in Diablo or Path of Exile or something, but they're not going to listen to me, and that's not going to happen probably in those games. But it could happen here in Last Epoch. I will give my opinions on that at a later time, but let's just get back to this. I did get stuck at that, I forget his name, the Lagoon Monster or Lagon or Lagon or somebody like that. The big, tentacle octopus guy when you're around level 40, 50 or something like that. I got stuck on him and it's been hard, and that kind of pissed me off for a little bit. Not that much. So I decided, okay, I'm not powerful enough to fight this guy yet. So I heard that you can skip him. So I watched a video from somebody on how to skip him and about the keys, and I didn't have a key. So I said, well, I'm just going to go farm, and I'm going to level up my character a bit. And I went between these two areas in the highest tier I could do in the map, a level 50-something, and back and forth. And I totally forgot that I could jump into monoliths, right? I totally forgot all about monoliths. I'm like, oh, my God, I should just go do monoliths. So I went and started doing monoliths. So I went from kind of like feeling kind of bad to, oh, I guess I'm going to grind out just random maps and just try to find stuff. And I completely forgot because I'm playing very casually and I'm playing just whatever. And I wasn't thinking. And so then when I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do the monoliths now, try to power level. And boom, I power leveled up. I had fun on the monoliths. Purples are dropping for me. Stuff is dropping again, and it's really exciting. Probably level 38 to level 52. Like nothing was really dropping that good for me, and I was getting a little bit down, but it's been just revitalized. I love this. The skills and the skill tree stuff is great. I think that one of the best things about Diablo 3 has been the altar of rights that they added to the game this past year. It's been so good, the altar. I would love to see a slightly more intense altar put into a game like Last Epoch. And I think that would add another layer of really exciting stuff. Although you could argue that it's already sort of got something like that with the monoliths and some of the other options. But the bottom line is I'm having fun still. So there's been no time where I said, F this game. There's been some times where I'm like, okay, I think I need a break, but that was only twice. And mostly it was because I needed to go to bed because I had work. Do you know what I mean? I've been thinking about this game a lot. And trust me, I know the feeling when you're hooked on a game, what it feels like. I know exactly what it is. It happened to me during Diablo 2. It happened to me during, Diablo 3. I know that's hard to believe. Some people don't like Diablo 3, obviously, but I've always loved Diablo 3 from the beginning to end in whatever iteration. I mean, it had problems for sure, and it was a bad overall failure kind of, but I love Diablo 3. The state of it right now, I love it. It's too bad that it's kind of over with and now it's recycled seasons, but it's not enough. Diablo 3 is not enough. It's fun for 2 weeks, and then that's about it. Diablo 3 is fun for 2 weeks, then you're done. This game, if it were to reset every cycle, every 3 months with this sort of situation, right now this game is definitely would last longer. Like I would definitely probably be able to play this game for about 3 to 6 weeks right now, whereas Diablo 3 is really about 2 weeks, So that's my gauge or my guess. I love the idea that early on I didn't know what class I wanted to be, and stuff was dropping for other classes. And as I started to think about it, I was creating other classes, and I created 3 other classes because I wanted to try out some of the weapons and the passives and the skills and whatever else on these other builds and on these other classes. I wanted to try everything. So this is going to be a game where, like, if you really do hit a wall at one point, you may just be like, oh, I'm going to go try out a different character. So this game has been wonderful in loot finding and then wanting to use it on another character. Whereas when you played Diablo 3 when it first came out, you found stuff for another character and you were angry. You were like, oh, God damn it, this is for another character. And yeah, that can probably still happen in this game as well and whatever, but it's not even close to as bad. And you kind of do want to try out the other characters. At least I do, and I know not everybody's going to be like that. But then when you look at Diablo 4 just feels bad at so many points. Like I fall off in Diablo 4 by level 60 and 70. Around level 60, 70 to 80, I just say I'm done with this. There's nothing to, I don't get it. I'm never going to see anything. Diablo 4 badly needs drops. Like if I could recommend anything to Diablo 4, it would be that from level 40 to level 80, there's massively powerful set items that can drop. And then you bump up all the other items to unique and uber, whatever uniques and whatever the hell else the other things are. Bump all those up to 80, 90, 100 and above. You know what I mean? Maybe even make primals again over 100 rating, over 100 level. And add set items to the game that are powerful, but only powerful up until about level 80. So then there's new items to search for at the next the graduating levels. Because I just feel like levels 40 to 80, and maybe it's not 40, maybe it's 60 to 80, but somewhere in there, 60 to 85 or so, it just drops off for me. The fun of the game just dies. I don't know what it is. And there's a lot of things with Diablo. The Gauntlet came out, and it's just stupid. The Gauntlet came out, it's just dumb. You know, I had an idea for who could kill the most monsters in an arena first or something. Or, you know, Battle Royale, you're the last one standing. You know, the last person standing wins a loot thing. And there's all kinds of ideas that I've had and I've thought about and have said. And this is what they came up with. The challenge rifts from Diablo 3, except worse. Ridiculous. So, last Epoch has, and listen, I was skeptical of it. I've always been skeptical of everything. And I'm not easily into new games. I'm somebody who plays one game for a long time. I don't bounce around to games a lot. I really don't. It's hard to get me into a game. I can't do Path of Exile. I'm too busy. It blows my head away. I can't do it. This game is like, I'm an intensely casual person. There's got to be a million people like me. And this game grabs you. I think the only issue is that I think a lot of people aren't going to try it. I think that's the only problem, is that there's probably a bunch of people that are like, oh, not again. I'm not going to be fooled again. I already tried this, that, and the other thing. I tried Lost Ark, and I lost interest after a bit, and I tried this other one. I tried Diablo Immortal. I tried Diablo 4. You know, I lost interest. Diablo 3 was there. I'm just going to go back to Path of Exile or something else. They're missing this game, if that's the case, because it's pretty damn good. So, just wanted to update and kind of rant happily about Last Epoch and say thank you to the developers of Last Epoch, man. Oh, my God. What a great job. What a great game. After all these years, I've been playing the beta for like 4 years or something off and on. It's just been fun. I don't know how much longer the fun's going to last. I've been playing for 2 weeks, and I'm only level 60 or so. Because, like I said, I've just been so busy with life. I haven't been able to play. My only complaint is that I don't have enough time to play the game, and that's a good thing. That I'm craving to play the game. So great stuff. I highly recommend Last Epoch. It's been fun, and if it changes and I get bored or I get upset, I'll let you know. I think if you're somebody who's really intense and you love like Path of Exile, you know, and you're a really good player, I think you probably will get potentially a little bored down around 90 to 100 after, you know, you're like, what do I do now? So I think the game will really, really benefit from like some new items and new things to do. So like a new event, some kind of crazy end game event thing to do. Also, new item drops like super rare primordial something or ethereal, whatever the hell you want to come up with. So yeah, I hopefully there'll be like 100 new items, super rare. Maybe they'll add some mega rare Ubers too. Not as crazy rare as those Diablo 4 ones, but you know, maybe some things like that. Where hey, if you play this game for 50 hours. Or for 100 hours, you know, you're going to find one probably. That sort of thing. That would be ultra fun. So this game can only go up at this point. You know, it's come out and it's I'm not and again, I love Diablo 3 seasons. So I don't know if it's yet there, but you know, Diablo 3, it almost feels like this game could be like Diablo 3, but over a longer period of time. Like, when you play a new Diablo 3 season, it's like 2 weeks, 1 week or 2 weeks, and you're done. You're like, it's great, 2 weeks, I'm done. All right, bye. See you later. And it's like amazing. You're like crack. You're like on crack for like 2 weeks, playing this arcade game on crack for 2 weeks. And you're like, I'm done. Whereas Last Epoch feels to me like this may be something where if it was a season, would be more like a month. That, you know, I'd play for a month or maybe even 2. And if that's the case, then, you know, it's almost like a drawn-out but still fun version of that. And if I can get that, how amazing would it be? Because I'll play the Diablo 3 season still, probably every season, for 2 weeks or a week. Maybe only a week now with the rewards have gone to trash in Diablo 3. I don't know why they did that. Like, they used to have double awesome rewards. Now they have nothing. I don't know why they can't recycle or plan out cycling properly. I don't know. And hopefully Last Epoch will add some sort of, visual rewards and things like that. That would be really cool. I think it'd be cool if every season there were like 10 items that could drop. Like imagine every season or cycle of Last Epoch where a pet could drop that would stay with you the whole season and walk by your side. You'd have a pennant that could be cool that actually was on your screen like Diablo 3. Maybe they could do. I'm not opposed to wings. I love wings. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a Diablo 2 guy. I get it was weird to see wings and rainbow shit in Diablo 3. It was very strange, but I got used to it and ended up really liking it. But yeah, it is weird, and I'm not saying I want, but like it doesn't have to be wings. Just stuff, like glowing boots, things like that. It'd be cool if you had all these cosmetics, but like in order to get them, you still have to find them. And I know now some people aren't going to like what I'm about to say because you can buy this stuff on the marketplace, but that's not exciting to me. I don't even like that. I don't want to go buy stuff on the marketplace. So I wish that every season for Last Epoch, they released a pack of stuff you could buy and cosmetics you could buy, but then they also made an alternate version of them all that were completely different, and the only way to find those is by playing the season, and they happen at random drops. However, you have to pay to unlock them, to unlock the possibility of finding them. So that way, if you're somebody who doesn't care about cosmetics, then who cares? But if you're somebody who cares about cosmetics, you can either just buy cosmetics with money, or you can drop $2, $5, $8, whatever it is, to enhance the season and allow for cosmetic drops to happen. In which case, these only available in the season droppable cosmetics that you can't buy, but you can essentially, gamble to unlock would be available to you. I would pay for that every month, probably. If I looked at the pets and I looked at the things and I was like, oh my God, I hope I can find one of those, I'm going to pay the $8 to unlock cosmetic legendary drops this season. That way you're not paying for power. You're paying for cosmetics, but it's a fun thing to unlock it. Do you know what I'm saying? I would be open to that. What do you guys think about that? Do you hate these ideas? Like them? What do you think? And share this with everybody you know if you can. Share this with Last Epoch people. I don't know. Maybe from a super casual player's perspective like mine, maybe it will help. I don't know. And yeah, that's about it. I have so many more other things I want to say about this game, but I'll do it in another video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.